Hello all, welcome to another wrestling video brought to you by your boy, Alex, man. Today, I want to talk about women. God's greatest gift to men. Women in WWE to be precise. This was a big week for the women's revolution because we had back-to-back main events on Raw, Smackdown, and NXT. More importantly, the NXT main event, which was amazing. If you have not seen Asuka versus Nikki Cross, which I will talk about later on in this video, go see it now. Pause the video and go check it out. I would even spend the $9.99 that it takes to get the network to see it, because it's worth it. It's that good. It's a match of the year candidate, and I think all fans should check it out. I implore you. They tore the house down, and I'll talk about why I felt that match was so much better than the main events on Raw and SmackDown. Although, I will say, in terms of the work ethic done by all the women, I think they all did great. I have no issues with anybody that I saw from any of the women's divisions. Maybe some didn't work or look as good as others. You know, I will say that some things about the Raw main event did irritate me, which I will talk about. SmackDown was fine. And of course, NXT, like I said, go watch it. It's amazing. But overall, props to all the female wrestlers. I think, ultimately, they've shown the WWE that it really doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man, or women or men closing the show. It's all about the quality and the high standards of the program that they have. You know, if fans are paying money to see them wrestle, if fans are willing to pay to see Charlotte take on, I don't know, Becky Lynch in the last women's standing match, as much as they would pay to see Rollins versus Roman Reigns, who cares what closes the show? Seriously. So all props go to the women this week. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about the Raw Gauntlet match. I did go back and watch the entire thing. Here's my thing. Nia Jax looked pretty good. However, to have her dominate all those girls, I mean, you completely destroyed everybody else. It's almost laughable about how none of them stood a chance against Nia Jax, except the one who won it. Bayley got completely dominated. And poor Bayley. I don't know what they're doing with her now. I have no idea what's going on with Bayley. I'm starting to think she did something wrong. Like, I don't know, failed the test? Maybe she pissed someone off? I don't know what she did. But they have booked her so bad. So bad over the last 2 months. I mean, they didn't book her right from the get-go, to be fair. They came in with her, I think, what was it, Battleground? I think it was Battleground last year, whatever. But since that day when she debuted, they have booked her wrong. Absolutely wrong. NXT at least brought her in the right way. They gave her the underdog booking, which always works. Sweet, innocent little girl who wants to have fun. But she's not one of those prissy, oh, I can't fight. Oh, I'm too nice. I want to hug you. And I would think that kind of gimmick wouldn't have got over as much as it did. But it did. Because on NXT, yes, she wants to hug you. Yes, she wants to be your friend. But ultimately, she wants to be the best wrestler. And she has a mean streak. And if you let her, she will mess your life up. Which was why Bayley was awesome. She ain't no punk. She wants to be nice to you. But when it's time to get down and wrestle, she was one of the best wrestlers in the world. She will hug your life away. And then we get to the main roster, and I think they took that concept and completely trashed it. Why would Bayley be so scared to use a candlestick in an Extreme Rules match that is legally telling you you can use it? Why is Bayley okay with Sasha Banks helping her win when she talks about doing things the right way, has this moral code of not cheating? I don't get half the booking they do with Bayley. And then they're shocked why fans are giving her these lukewarm reactions now. They're not popping for her. I love the fact that she was able to get the reaction she first got because of her booking of NXT. She was so over because of how well she was booked on NXT that it transcended into the main roster. And the main roster managed to take all of that and crap on it. And now, this past Raw, she can't even beat Nia Jax. She beat her so many times on NXT and even on Raw, but all of a sudden she's dominated by her. Why? I don't get it. But not just Bayley, Mickie James. Mickie James is a future Hall of Famer, a multiple-time women's champion. Fused with Trish Stratus, Lita, Melina, Beth Phoenix, who's a Hall of Famer too. And this crowd knows nothing about her because Raw didn't take the time to let the crowd know something about her. She gets no reactions whatsoever. What is her character? Why is she there? I don't understand what was the point of bringing Mickie James back if she was just going to be a nobody. At all. If anything else, and this is how I feel, she should be leaving. She should be not leaving. Not yet. I love her. She should be leading. That's what I was trying to say. Leading. Replace the V with a D. I'm going to leave that one alone. But replace leaving with leading. Leading the division. Leading that division. Because she is the veteran. But she feels like a nobody. And I don't understand it. So, you got all these women. Dana Brooke, poor girl. Not her fault, but she is nothing. And then you got Emma get squashed. Of all people, who needs an opportunity? Poor Emma. And then, of course, Sasha Banks goes in there and has the only competitive match against Nia Jax and then beats her. So you had Nia Jax steamroll all through those women. They all look weak. And then Nia Jax looks like a beast, and then that beast taps out to Sasha Banks. So ultimately, Sasha Banks is the only one that came out looking strong. So the booking of that match irritated me very badly. If you're going to have a gauntlet, do it in a way where everybody looks good. Come on now. At least have, I don't know. If you're going to do the monster booking with Nia Jax, go all the way with it. It makes a lot more sense. That's me. If Nia Jax is going to dominate everybody, dominate everybody. Make her the women's champion. I don't care. But don't half-ass it. Have her dominate all the women except Sasha Banks because, great. Nobody else matters but Sasha Banks and Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. So, as you can tell, I didn't necessarily like the Raw match. Yes, I appreciate the hard effort, the hard work ethic from the women. They did their best to make that work, but quite frankly, I didn't like the match. Smackdown did their second Money in the Bank ladder match because people were bitching about the outcome of the first one, which I understand. Look, when I say that, I don't mean it to demean you for how you feel about the match. I understand the idea of having a man grab the Money in the Bank briefcase in the first ever women's ladder match. I get how that can be insulting and almost demeaning to the women. I guess my logic with it is, in this business, in this fantasy world we call professional wrestling, when you do something like that, and the reaction is exactly what you're looking for, because you knew as soon as James Ellsworth got into that ring, he was going to do something to help Carmella. Quite frankly, why wouldn't he? That's why he's there. I guess to me, if the only issue with people is that he grabbed the briefcase and Carmella didn't, I'm just at that point where it's like, damn it, just let heels be heels. I get it. I understand it. Maybe it's because I'm just jaded and I don't care. I've seen worse things. I've seen a lot worse things than that. And quite frankly, look at it this way too. Look at the heat it got. Look at how much people hated James Ellsworth, let alone Carmella. Because Carmella, who, bless her heart, is one of the best, I dare say, smartest women that WWE has ever hired. Because she took that situation and then on SmackDown said, who cares? I am Mrs. Money in the Bank. She was smart to take advantage of what happened on the pay-per-view and use it to garner her some heat. Because people were pissed off, mad. And she's like, who cares? I'm Mrs. Money in the Bank. Carmella and Big Cass have cut some of the best promos in their careers. Even this past SmackDown, last night, Carmella cut a great promo. And I hope she continues to ride this wave of momentum. And her winning the briefcase again a second time was the right decision. By the way, the match was good. I don't know if I liked it better. You know what? Yeah, I'll say I liked it better. There were a couple of spots in there that I liked a lot more than we got at the first Money in the Bank match. Because I don't remember much from the first Money in the Bank match. Except Charlotte's cartwheel. I don't even know what you call that. I know it's the Sparkle Splash that Alexa Bliss does. But what is that? A cartwheel splash? I don't know. Other than that, the only thing I remember was James Ellsworth grabbing the briefcase. This one, I remember a lot more. I love the spot where we have Tamina trapped under the ladder. She's under the ladder, and she's trapped under it with Charlotte and Carmella or somebody else on top. And then Tamina pushes the ladder off of her. It was a great visual. Made her look like a beast. I feel like it was a lot more smoother. I thought the spots flowed a lot better. The only thing that hurt this match was a commercial break. I didn't like that we had a commercial break in this match. This is the match that they shouldn't have had it. Or at least if you're going to have a commercial break here, do the thing where the match is still going on during the commercial break and we can watch it. That's good. I like that. I don't know why they don't do that. They should keep that going. Seriously. But whatever. That was my only issue with the match. It was fine. I'll say it was good. And Carmella winning again was the right decision. And yes, she should successfully cash that in and become Women's Champion. Ride this. Use the heat that she's getting and make her Women's Champion. I just think it's funny that people are okay with it now because James Ellsworth still interfered. Although he was banned. I love how he was banned and still interfered. But he tried to climb the ladder this time and then he got, knocked off the ladder and then fell on the ropes. Big Hog, is that what he's called? His big hog fell on the ropes, and he won't be having any babies anytime soon. So, to me, if the only issue is that he grabbed the briefcase and nobody else did, I just kind of go, yeah, I get why people would be insulted by that, but then I look at the reaction it got, and then I go, well, the ends justify the means. Look at the heat that it got. Look how it transferred to Carmella. And look at how many people care about Carmella. So I can't really say it was a bad move. I'm sorry. Even now, I can't say it was a bad move. I can't. But let's talk about the match you're here to hear me speak on. All of you right now want to hear my thoughts on the main event of NXT. By the way, this took place on June 28th of 2017. Smackdown was June 27th, and then June 26th was Raw. But Asuka versus Nikki Cross. Last woman standing. Fantastic match. The one thing that needs to be said when it comes to NXT and how they produce their matches and why their matches feel a lot more special than the matches we see on Raw and SmackDown is because NXT takes the time to make us care about these wrestlers. Who are they? Why are they there? Why are they fighting? Why should I care? Those are the things you need to answer when it comes to making us watch this product. Otherwise, we're going to not watch. We're not going to care. And we're going to turn. We're going to turn to a different show. Something else. I don't understand why that's still a concept WWE has yet to grasp nowadays. They should know better. And the fact that NXT, again, is under the same umbrella as shows like Raw and SmackDown, and NXT is kicking their ass badly. Keep in mind, NXT, at one point during last year, after the draft, was raped and lost all their talent, and they went through a period of rebuilding. They rebuilt it, and look where they are now. Once again, kicking ass. Because they take the time to establish these characters. Make us care about them. Have them win matches. Have them go on winning streaks. So when they actually do lose, it actually has weight to it. It means something. When it comes to Asuka as the women's champion, first off, they've established her very well. She beat Goldberg's record with the most wins. The longest reigning NXT Women's Champion might even be the longest reigning Women's Champion in a long time. Since, I think, Fabulous Moolah. Seriously. This woman is great. She's awesome. She's a great wrestler. Love her personality. They're not forcing a gimmick on her. She's being herself. And they have a story with her. There's a story with Asuka where she's becoming complacent. She has a big ego because nobody is a challenge for Asuka anymore. And so now it's forcing the women to step up and be a lot more tougher, go outside the box to take her down. And what I love about Asuka is during this time where she's transitioning into a heel character, if she's not already a heel character, she's not acting like a coward. She's not backing away from challenges. She might be doing things that are not, that are not in the rule book, that are not clean, that are not morally right. But she's not scared. I don't get the sense that Asuka is a coward. She's not. And I love that. I think it's cool. It makes me take her seriously. But then you have Nikki Cross coming here, and like Asuka, another woman who has a character that is great. I love Nikki Cross because her whole character is she needs to be in chaos. She cannot live in peace. When she's sitting still, she's miserable. If you put Nikki Cross in a land of flowers and daisies and butterflies and people singing and being happy and no chaos, she is miserable. That's hell to her. I love that. I think that's great for her character. And anytime you see her in these backstage segments, in these backstage vignettes, she can't sit still. She's always tearing stuff up. She's always hurting somebody. And anytime she is in chaos, she's happy. She thrives in it. And to see this woman, and I love this because this was on the show too. When I see Asuka coming to the show in her limousine, acting all high and mighty, you see Nikki Cross jump on the hood of her limousine. And then you see them brawling or getting ready to fight on the outside. That's awesome stuff, man. That makes me invested in their matches. So when they go out there and actually have an awesome match, I'm even more willing to say it was awesome. Because I care about it. Because too many times on Raw and Smackdown, these people, men and women, go out there, have really good matches, but nobody cares. I care about Asuka and Nikki Cross. So now that I know who these characters are and why they're fighting for the NXT Women's Championship, now we have a last woman standing match, which was done because last time they had a fight, they killed each other. They could not be contained, so it makes sense to do the match. And this match, oh my god, where do I start? First off, I love the character moments. I love, like when Asuka put a trash can over Nikki Cross. And then Asuka was kicking the living hell out of it. And Nikki smiled. She was laughing. She loved it. Playing into her character. It makes sense. It tells me that if I've been paying attention, you'll be rewarded for it. It's like, oh my god, this woman is crazy. But it's awesome. So Nikki Cross is taking this punishment, and I'm talking about power bombs on chairs. They're using weapons, by the way. I think that's pretty cool. You see stiff shots. They are hitting, and I mean hitting each other hard. And then you see moments where Asuka is taking punishment, and you kind of get the sense that she's worried. Like her ego is taking a hit. And so she starts to get more desperate, and she starts to get more dangerous. And that's another thing too. Usually when heels get desperate, they cheat. You know, they low blow, they run away, they exit the match. No, when Asuka gets desperate, she gets more dangerous. Which I think is great. That's awesome, man. And they take it all over the place. The fight spills outside the ring to the outside. You see Nikki Cross powerbomb Asuka onto some steel chairs. It was nasty, man. But my favorite spot of the match, my favorite spot was, of course, the ending. Where you see Nikki getting ready to jump on top of Asuka, who's on a table, while Nikki climbs a ladder. But Asuka gets off the table, climbs up the ladder with Nikki, and a spot that I didn't see coming, a superplex. Asuka does a superplex off the ladder through the announcer table. And it looked like it hurt a lot. And I'm just sitting here watching this spot, watching this match, and just amazement and awe. By the way, commentary was great. Mauro Ranallo on commentary really helps this show. It helps everybody. And he really made this match feel a lot more important than really, it had every right to be. He took the match from being a great match to a fantastic match. But then to see Asuka pull a Triple H, basically, you know, standing up on her feet at the last second to win her women's, or retain, not win, but retain her women's championship. And then the best shot for me was when the match was over. The match is over. Asuka wins. We see Nikki Cross. We see Nikki Cross in the wreckage. And she's smiling. She's smiling. Like this is heaven for her. She doesn't care. She doesn't care that she lost the match. Hell, she doesn't even care, probably, that she didn't win the women's championship. She just wants to fight. Man, that kind of stuff is why I watch wrestling. The characters, the character moments, the awesome matches, the spots, the stories that we tell. Because think about this, Asuka's ego has to be massive right now. Completely freaking massive. Which is going to make it all the more of a downfall when she eventually loses that belt. And my prediction is still Ember Moon. I still think Ember Moon will beat Asuka eventually. Kind of has to happen because Asuka is going out of her way to make sure Ember Moon does not get a title shot. As she should. So yes, absolutely. Absolutely go watch that match. It's very telling of where the creativity really is in WWE. And that's NXT. It's night and day. You know, Raw is horrible with producing their women. Look what happened to Bayley. Bayley was the most over woman in wrestling on NXT. And now she's nobody. She's nobody on Raw. For no reason. You know, Smackdown is a little better. Carmella should be a solid women's champion. I like Naomi as women's champion. The women feel important on SmackDown. At least feel important. And then NXT, there is no rival. There is no rival. I'm even looking forward to the 32 women tournament. I think it's called the Mae Young Classic. The Mae Young Classic coming up. There is no rival when it comes to Triple H and NXT because that guy knows what he's doing. And I hear rumors that Triple H is pissed off at how his NXT talent are being treated on the main roster. And I believe it. If it's true, I would believe it. Because I would be pissed off. I spent all these years making these women and men feel important and y'all screw them up. I'm not seeing y'all no more. No more. Shoot. But that's my thoughts on the women in WWE this week. Give me your thoughts about all those matches down below. What was your favorite? Who did you like? Which one do you recommend? NXT, SmackDown, or Raw? Have fun talking about it down below. Give me your thoughts. How did you feel about Bayley? How did you feel about Nia Jax? How did you feel about Sasha? How did you feel about Carmella? How did you feel about Asuka, Nikki? All of them. But thank you for watching. If this is the first time you've watched me and you like me, like, subscribe, click that notification bell to get future videos because YouTube ain't gonna do it for you, even if you are subscribed. But like me on Facebook, DeluxeMan World. Follow me on Twitter at DeluxeManVX1. Donate to my PayPal or my Patreon if you want to help improve the quality of the channel. And buy my t-shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees. All of that is down below in the description box. I will catch you guys next time in DeluxeMan's World. Your boy, DeluxeMan signing off. Peace out.